You were, what struck me in your book was that you were, you had a legal problem. And I don't really want to get too much into it, but maybe you could talk about that a little bit. But what struck me was how Prabhupada treated you, not as an outcast, but he was always supportive of you in your legal difficulties. Is that true?
That's true. It's true that Prabhupada supported me in all my legal difficulties.
Okay, well, tell the audience a little bit about, I don't want to dwell on, but it's an interesting story, but the point that I want to get to is how Prabhupada was compassionate. He didn't shun you, or he was always asking, how are you, what's happening? You know what I mean? That's what I got from your book. So tell me there.
I think what happened was that I was involved in a kind of, you might say, legal and police problem. It was a kind of a problem where people kind of shunned me or ignored me. My phone stopped ringing, for example, and the person who came to tune my piano, for one, didn't respond, didn't call. And probably the first person that called me was Prabhupada. He called me Mr. Michael. And he said, almost his exact words were, "Mr. Michael, there has been some trouble," in a questioning way. And I didn't tell him exactly what it was, but I kind of minimized it more than it really was. And then he invited me to come to his place, which I did, and had lunch with the devotees and Prabhupada himself.
So go a little bit deeper about that. How does that speak to Prabhupada's character as far as him not shunning you? You know, what quality does that bring to mind for you?
I thought Prabhupada was very unjudgmental. He respected me and he called me Mr. Michael, which was unusual for someone to append the word Mr. to a first name. But he was very, almost fatherly, you might say, or grandfatherly. And it was he was one of the, probably the only person that maintained contact with me after I had, my reputation had been smirched. My musical colleagues didn't want to have anything to do with me because my problem appeared in the New York Times, and many of those people had actually read about it. And I thought that this was a very significant thing, that Prabhupada had heard about it, but at the same time he was not dismissing me or in any way belittling me or thinking that he shouldn't have anything to do with me.
Let me ask you, do you think